tonight. Far from random. Melvin Jr. shot. Police blame street war.
Very likely that this shooting is related with the previous shootings over the past 2 weeks.
Then, rally for change, supporting a government in waiting.
Today, the locks have been put on the doors of the House of Commons.
And in sports, uncertain future. Avery still facing the music for inappropriate comments.
There has been a lot of shots thrown at Sean, and a lot of them aren't warranted.
Live from our Maritime News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Briscoe.
Good evening. It appears an ongoing street war between two family-based groups in Halifax has resulted in more bloodshed tonight, and this latest incident is getting a lot of attention. A young man, well known to police, was apparently shot near an apartment building in Spryfield today. Tonight, he is recovering in hospital. And as CTV's Lindsay DeLuce tells us, the facility is again locked down because of its infamous patient.
It was the kind of incident that neighbors couldn't ignore. A series of shots ringing out just before dinner time in a Halifax neighborhood.
I was coming up from the hill down there, and I heard this 12 rounds of shots, and it just starts like bang, bang, bang. And I heard this car just like going real fast, just going down right down the street. It was really scary.
Police believe the 26-year-old victim was shot in a wooded area behind this apartment building. He then made his way back inside, and police were called.
There were officers in the immediate vicinity. They didn't witness the actual shooting. There were officers very close by. I believe we actually heard the gunshots.
The victim was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the victim is known to them but won't release his name. The QE2 Health Sciences Center has been on lockdown since the victim arrived. A Capitol Health spokesperson indicated that they did request more police presence. Are you able to confirm that Jimmy Melvin Jr. is a patient at the hospital right now?
At this time, I can confirm that, yes, he is.
And are you able to tell us what condition he's in?
I can't. He's receiving treatment right now, so I can't provide a condition status.
This is the second time the hospital has been on lockdown in the last 3 weeks. The first was after a Melvin family associate was shot in the arm at the entrance to the IWK.
Not surprised at all.
James Melvin Jr. was released from jail November 14th after charges related to an armed home invasion and robbery were dropped. Just last week, he spent the night in jail after allegedly threatening a police officer. Since his release 3 weeks ago, there have been 2 shooting incidents connected with the Melvin family. Police believe this one makes number 3.
We can't prevent every incident from happening. This is a dispute within the drug trade. That's what it is. It's a violent industry.
4 people have been taken into custody, but at last report, no charges have been laid. The hospital remains locked down, and the request for additional security has clearly been granted. Lindsay DeLuce, CTV News, Halifax.
She's elected to be tried by a jury of her peers, but that likely will not happen until next fall. Penny Boudreau faced a judge in Bridgewater today. It's the first time the accused killer has been seen out of jail since June. Boudreau is facing first-degree murder charges in the death of her daughter, Carissa. Before the trial can begin, both sides have to agree on what evidence can be presented.
They can be quite lengthy in scope and in nature. In this case, it probably would be fairly lengthy.
They're sad. I mean, they've lost a loved one, and in such a horrific way. And it's all these milestones, all these firsts now.
Carissa's body was found on the banks of the LaHave River back in February. Police have not said how she died. New Brunswick Court of Appeal has thrown out the first-degree murder conviction of Charlene Windmill. Windmill was first found guilty of the murder of her niece, Jessie Jo Finnemore, in 2006. The appeal court today ruled the judge failed to properly instruct the jury on the availability of alternate verdicts. At the same time, the court set aside Windmill's conviction in connection with the murder of her brother-in-law, Jeffrey Shannon. New trials have been ordered, but the dates have not been set. A Halifax man is facing sex and weapons-related charges tonight after an incident in the south end of the city late this afternoon. Police were called to an apartment building on South Park Street just after 4 p.m. The woman complained she'd been sexually assaulted by a man on the 6th floor. When officers arrived, the suspect initially refused to leave the apartment and told police he had a weapon. After some negotiation, he changed his mind and was arrested without incident. The woman was taken to hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. And Halifax Regional Police continue to investigate a terrible accident in a strip mall in a Dartmouth parking lot last night. A woman in her 30s was struck and killed by a transport truck. Police believe the victim just stepped off a path, and there is the possibility the driver simply didn't see her. CTV's Rick Grant has more.
A bunny, an ornament, and a note are a touch of tenderness on the spot in the North End Dartmouth parking lot where the woman was run down by the truck. Somebody who didn't even know the woman cared. In the bag is a note that reads, "Whoever you are, God bless your soul." The accident occurred around 9 o'clock last night. Police talked to at least one person, a young woman, who is an eyewitness to the accident.
It looks like the girl was coming from a path which is in the southwest corner of the parking lot, and had just started to walk through the parking lot. The truck had been parked in the same corner of the lot, and he just started to pull away at the same time, and he struck her, and she was killed.
The victim is a 35-year-old Dartmouth woman. Police have notified her next of kin, but aren't releasing her name at the request of the family. Police are still looking for the truck and its driver.
Is that it was a white cab of a tractor trailer with moose bars on the front. The protective grille that protects a truck like that when it hits a moose. We're told that it had one of those, so apparently there aren't a lot of those around. And there may have been some black lettering either on the doors or on the side of the truck.
According to the witness, the truck headed from the parking lot to a street and a 4-lane road that connects to 2 major highways out of the city and the province. It also is a link to the McKay Bridge to Halifax. It's a hit and run right now, but in the end, may not be.
Yes, and there's also the possibility that the driver may not have known even, and still may not know that he struck the girl.
Police hope the driver will come forward. They'd also like to talk to more witnesses. Police and people in the area say it's quite common for drivers to park their rigs in this area. Rick Grant, CTV News, Dartmouth.
No charges will be laid in connection with a fatal traffic accident in which a woman was run over by a dump truck in downtown Halifax. 27-year-old Jacqueline Hennessy was killed November 17th at an intersection in the city's downtown core. She was struck by the truck as it made a right turn while she crossed the street. Police say charges are not warranted and the case is closed. Well, as you just saw in the national news, the Governor General has given Prime Minister Harper's minority government a little bit of breathing room. At an early morning meeting, Harper convinced Michael Jean to suspend Parliament, delaying a non-confidence vote that was set for Monday. That vote would have meant the certain defeat of the government. It means now the House of Commons has gone dark until January 26th, when Harper will return and present a federal budget the next day. That will be followed by a confidence vote. Here at home, hundreds gathered in North End Halifax late this afternoon to show their support for the coalition, even though today's developments were not what they wanted to hear.
He's only given himself a short reprieve. Because here's the thing. The coalition is not going away.
This rally was organized by the Canadian Labour Congress several days ago. Speaker after speaker tonight praised the coalition for standing up for the Prime Minister and criticized Stephen Harper for not facing today's scheduled vote.
Using a technical maneuver that's perfectly available to him, hid behind the skirts of the Governor General. And so today, the locks have been put on the doors of the House of Commons, the People's House.
The issue has clearly divided Canadians. Conservative supporters are organizing their own rally in Halifax for this weekend. And political reaction to today's decision came almost as quickly as the decision itself. The Premier spoke to a business crowd in Halifax, telling reporters the news came as a relief.
We need to see things calm down in Ottawa. We need stability. And now we're going to be looking forward to seeing what's in the budget.
If anything, what it's going to do is inflame the fault lines that exist in Canada already. And I think it's unfortunate that the Prime Minister decided not to face the House of Commons.
Former Premier John Hamm, winding down a year-long celebration of democracy in Nova Scotia, says the crisis only confirms what he's always believed, that is, every vote really does count. The Brunswick government is launching a timely holiday message aimed at young people: do not drink and drive. A new campaign is underway urging young people to find alternate ways to get home if they've been drinking. Officials say almost 60% of fatalities involving young people are linked to alcohol, and that number is way too high.
As people do drink alcohol, they obviously don't think correctly and make bad decisions, bad choices.
You're right in his shoes, and it really makes an impact because you think, what if I was there? What if I was in his shoes? And it really brings it home, I think, and makes you think about what if it was you and that it could happen to you.
Police say they'll back up the media campaign with the usual holiday stop checks, of course focusing on getting drunk drivers off the road. Science class was out of this world at one maritime school today, quite literally.
Canada is such a really big important partner in the space station.
A group of lucky students got the unique chance to speak with astronauts on board the International Space Station. They chatted about everything from the mission itself to what it's like to live and work in a weightless environment.
It was pretty amazing. Like when he talked back, I guess that was the coolest part, because then it kind of hits you like you're talking to space. It was really cool.
Is there any better example of bringing real life and science together to show students that what they've learned in the classroom happens?
To live and work in my...
Conrad actually worked 3 years to make all of this happen. Many of her students say that makes her the best teacher they've ever had. Take a break. Stay with us. Cindy Day is next. Your weather presentation is good. What do you mean?
Thank you very much. I'd like to work more snow into it. Just
yeah,
to make
if you could. Yeah, that would be
happy,
nice.
But
yeah.
not the case right now.
Okay, Cindy Day now here with the forecast. Cool down a little bit today.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. The cold front is on its way through. It's quite a bit colder in New Brunswick right now because the wind has come around to the northwest. That will continue to push across the Maritime. So tomorrow will be cool. Saturday is going to be cold, and after that, well, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
But speaking of cold, it's not going to be quite this cold. Check out these cross-Canada temperatures. And these were the afternoon highs, Bruce.
That's the afternoon highs?
Afternoon high temperatures. Yeah, -11, -12 through southern regions of Saskatchewan, -11 in Winnipeg, -12 in Thunder Bay. In fact, the expected overnight low temperatures for Winnipeg and Thunder Bay will range from -17 to -20 degrees. So while it's a little bit cooler across the Maritimes than it has been, we have nothing to complain about. The colder air slowly, though, pushing from west to east, and our temperatures will return to more seasonal values for a couple days. And here's why. A long-wave cold frontal system reaching from western Newfoundland across the southern portion of New Brunswick. There are showers developing on the leading edge of that front, and right behind it, those showers come to an end, and that's when your wind shifts around to the northwest. That will drag in the colder, drier brand of air. That's going to bring us back to more seasonal values. So we've been well above normal for quite some time. Overnight tonight, as you can see, it's already getting colder through the northern regions of New Brunswick. We'll hang on to just below freezing temperatures along the Fundy coast, but by morning those temperatures will be steady, and then there's no daytime heating expected with cooler air that continues to push down.